Hello and welcome. Today's reading is for Aquarius for 2023. Welcome, Aquarius. We'll start your reading in just a few moments. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again. The flowers on the table are from my garden. I have cleared the energy with the gong. I'm an intuitive reader and I read in real time. I use a 10-card spread with 5 cards along the top row, 5 cards along the bottom row. I talk about those cards as they come out and then I overlay them with a second deck. I talk about those cards as well, and then I collate the whole of the reading towards the end of the video. I do have a third deck in case I need to clarify any sections of the reading. One more shuffle and we can begin. Okay. First card out, Page of Cups in reverse. Justice in reverse. Ace of Wands upright. King of Pentacles upright. The Empress upright. Bottom row we have 9 of Pentacles upright. Queen of Wands upright, Page of Pentacles upright, 3 of Wands upright, and the 3 of Cups in reverse. I'll show you the bottom of the deck. I'll show you first, and then I'll have a look. Okay, we've got the Lovers. All right, pop that over there. All right, so the Page of Cups is usually a young energy. A youthful energy, I'll put it that way. Somebody dreaming of love, thinking very much about love, wishing for love. It's in the reverse. The second layer will clarify some of these cards. We have Justice in reverse. Okay, Justice is about finding balance and the truth. We have the Ace of Wands in the upright position. So this is highly fertile and highly creative energy. A brand new start, sort of something new. Okay, that's a lovely new energy. You can see it's coming out of the clouds. It's from the cosmos, some little bit of energy coming your way. We've got the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is all about stability, financial wealth, being stable in the things that you value. So it can be things like bank manager. It can be, it's a sort of a sense of security. There he is, he's king in his castle, and his pentacle and his wealth all around him. He's worked hard for this. Before I go any further, the cards are gender neutral. When I say he or she, it's the energy coming from the card. It doesn't necessarily relate to you or the people around you. It's just the energy of the people that may be around you at the moment. The Empress, a beautiful, fertile energy, highly fertile card. She's a loving person, a mother, a wife, a partner who is very generous and kind and who makes the home and, loves her family. On the bottom row, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is a woman who's created her own wealth. She's worked hard for it. She has self-respect, great deal of confidence, and she knows how to spend her money and to look after her money. She likes her fine clothing, and she likes beautiful things around her. But she has created her own wealth, and therefore she has the confidence and self-assuredness that she deserves. Here we have the Queen of Wands. Highly fertile energy. She's very creative. She knows what she wants and she knows how to get it. She's very abundant. Okay. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, again, is a more youthful energy, somebody dreaming about how to make money, how do I make my first million. I'd love to be a millionaire. I'd love to have a Lamborghini. I'd love to have a really fancy car. I'd like to have a yacht. I'd like to have a castle. All of those sort of wishful thinking, dreaming about all the wonderful things you could buy on the earth that maybe won't necessarily bring you happiness, but it's very nice to dream. And I always say, if you're going to dream, you may as well dream big because it costs nothing. Now, we've got the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands, this looks a little bit like you're wanting to venture out a little bit further, or this is the energy of sort of, you've already made some gains with your creative project and you're hoping to step a little bit further, to broaden your horizons, so to speak. We've got the Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is all about celebrations with friends, enjoying your time with your friends, people who are like-minded, not necessarily family people, people who think like you and who you feel very comfortable with, and the people that you can share your innermost secrets with. Over here we've got the Two of Cups. So this is the energy on the table. This is about love, two people loving one another. I'll overlay these cards now with another deck. I'll give them a quick shuffle. They have been shuffled, but I'll give them a quick shuffle. So far the energy on the table is beautiful. There's not a single negative card there. Even the ones in reverse are not negative. There are no frightening cards on the table at all. So Aquarius, it looks like you've got off to a good start. So January next year for you will be, looks like commencing in some very positive energy. Okay, let's start. Page of Cups. Okay, Seven of Cups. Again, this is this dreaming, this lovely, you remember when I said to you about the dreaming about all the things that you could wish for, all the things you could buy, all the things you'd love to do. You'd love to travel here, you'd love to go there, you'd like to be a magician, you'd like to be a lawyer, you'd like to be a doctor, you'd like to be a florist. All of the things that you could wish for are all in these cups, in these cups here. You know, you'd love to be married, you'd love to have 6 kids. No, I'd like to be single, I'd like to travel the world. All of those wishes and dreams are in those cups. So that's a little bit here of wishful thinking, a little bit of daydreaming, which is beautiful. Always nice to daydream. It's so lovely to be able to explore all the avenues that you might like to use your energy on. You can daydream all you like. It's very joyful. Costs you nothing, and you know, you can travel such a long way in a short daydream, so it's quite lovely. There's nothing wrong with pausing for a daydream. Justice, let's have a look. Okay, Prince of Wands. So this is energy, this is in reverse, but coming in quite fast, but it's as you say, it's in reverse, so maybe it's asking you not to rush. Don't rush if you started a new project. And here the Justice is holding the sword, and that was the first thing I noticed. So I'd say in this case, if you're starting a new project, think carefully about it. It's all very well, like I said, to dream and wish, but make sure, and here's Justice, that you've weighed it up. Okay, you've weighed up what the pros and the cons are. Okay, like I said, it costs you nothing to daydream, but if you start putting your capital behind it, that can then start costing you money, and if you haven't planned that well, you will end up losing your money, or it's possible that you lose your money. Now the Ace of Wands. This is an extremely fertile card as well. So with this card on the table, and as well as the Empress, I'm going to mention for you, because the Empress is here, any potential here for a pregnancy is high because of those 2 cards being on the table. If that's not what you're desiring, then make sure you take the necessary precautions. Okay, let's clarify the Ace of Wands. Okay, Four of Wands. So this is marriage, stability, commitment. So if this energy is, I'm talking here about a sexual energy, if this is rushing towards you, it's a very fertile and creative. If it's a commitment you're looking for, then I suggest you test that here. You test it, you weigh it up, okay? Because this rushing energy may be just somebody who comes in and enjoys the sex and moves on. So be careful. So weigh it up. If you meet somebody here that kind of rushes in, is full of passion, just weigh it up a little bit. If your heart is longing for marriage or a commitment. King of Pentacles is the sort of person who is more likely to make a commitment. He's more steady, he's seated, he's more grounded, and he's interested in home and garden and family. Okay, let's clarify that one. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is pausing a little while and looking at the things you've created, giving yourself some congratulations for the hard work you've put in, because this King of Pentacles has worked very hard. Okay, so you do need to stop and reflect and appreciate the things and show gratitude for what you've achieved. Show gratitude even to yourself, because it takes commitment to achieve the things on earth that you know, like pentacles or a home, stability, any of those things. It takes a big commitment to create those things. So do give yourself some little pats on the back and perhaps a little reward for having worked so hard. The Empress. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles, like I said, this is the card of hard work. Okay, perhaps you need a little bit of rest from your hard work. Perhaps you've worked too hard. But the Empress, you know, having worked hard, it does give you abundance, and she is very abundant. So, you know, that energy of being abundant will also attract somebody who is abundant. So if that's what you're looking for and you're hoping for marriage, you know, the hard work, the commitment, the dedication to your job, the dedication to your relationships, that attracts a similar kind of person. You know, people can read you pretty well from a distance, and they can see what sort of person you are. So this King of Pentacles will attract an Empress because he's abundant and he's, you know, worked hard for what he's got. Okay, got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the self-made woman, or it can be the self-made man, as I said. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is having sufficient money to share some, to use some for other purposes, to be able to balance your budget, pay your bills, pay your taxes, all of those things. It's interesting that that's in reverse. We might have to clarify that later because it's showing me there's an abundance here. Queen of Wands. One more shuffle. Okay, Four of Swords. Pausing a little while. Taking the rest when you need it. If you're weary, take some rest. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you need a little bit of a rest. Page of Pentacles. Okay, the Hanged Man. Hanged Man again is taking a rest, taking a little pause, stopping to reflect on what you've achieved. Perhaps, you know, this abundance here is represented by the ivy. Stability is represented by this cross. Stability is represented by the blue, and you can take action whenever you want to, because this card, this is sort of a sacrifice or choosing to stay in a quiet position. Okay, so, you know, this is a choice. This is not something that's been forced on you. Clarify the Three of Wands. Okay, Six of Wands. This is success and victory. Very happy card. A beautiful energy coming in. So if you are thinking about an expansion of some sort, or perhaps travel, it can be a travel card. It's usually, he's barefooted, so it's probably not a travel card, but he is thinking of moving on perhaps, or going a little, taking the next step in his project. It's showing here that you will achieve success. Okay, Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Okay, the Hermit again, another quiet card. Going within, having a look inside yourself to see what it is, illuminate the parts of yourself that are not satisfied, the parts of yourself that are unfulfilled, that you would still like to fill. Your wishes and your dreams, again relating back to here, your wishes and your dreams, your spiritual journey, if you're interested in a spiritual journey, the things that you would like to achieve in your lifetime that you haven't yet achieved. And again, this can be a little reminder perhaps that there are things you need to take care of. You know, maybe there are emotional things that you still need, that you wish that you could fulfill. Perhaps you don't spend enough time with your friends and your family if you're working too hard. So this card is calling on you to spend some time looking within and making sure that you are ticking some of the boxes that relate to, you know, the kind of things that you don't always have time to think about, the sort of things that you do daydream about. Okay, we'll have a look at the bottom of the deck because I didn't check that, so I'll show you first. And I'll have a look. Okay, it's the Emperor. Okay, well, I'll put him down here. So the Emperor is in reverse, so this can be a very strong and powerful, this is a very strong and powerful card. It's probably one of the most powerful cards on the deck in terms of its personality. Can be a bit rigid and inflexible, so perhaps it's calling on you to be less rigid, you know, less focused on, you know, this is almost like a business card. A businessman, somebody who's very powerful in business, perhaps calling on you to relinquish some of the tight attention and not giving perhaps enough time to yourself, a little bit of freedom for yourself perhaps. But that's the energy on the card because it's underneath this love card, so perhaps the love part needs to be, maybe you need to spend more time in loving relationships rather than with your hard-headed business head-on sort of thing. That's the only thing I can think there, because this is almost the exact opposite of this card. They're almost opposite. This guy's in armour, sitting in his chair. He's rigid and inflexible. He's very focused. I mean, he may be very wealthy. He may control millions or billions of dollars, but it's completely opposite to this loving, generous, soft card where people are just spending time with each other with no real agenda. I might clarify here this nine of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not quite sure why that Pentacle card is in reverse. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is always a cup of, you know, pretty secure money, so we might clarify that. See if we can get a card that gives us a little bit more information. Okay, Three of Pentacles. So this is a contract. Perhaps you've signed a contract and you're a little bit worried about it. Maybe you're a little bit concerned. Maybe you feel that the contract is not delivering as much money. Maybe you feel that the contract is a bit inequitable, that perhaps one person is receiving more benefit from it than the other. Well, that's where justice comes in. So justice is all about balancing it and making sure that everything is weighed out properly. So if you are going to sign a contract in January, I recommend that you weigh it up carefully. You know, you may be very enthusiastic about a contract. If, for example, you're a musician and somebody offers you a contract and it looks fabulous because that's your wildest dream, that's all you've ever wished for, be careful that the contract is in your favour as well, so that it doesn't just it doesn't leave you feeling like you've been a little bit duped, perhaps. Okay, so the contract card is coming up for a lot of people. So, and we are still in, you know, Mercury in retrograde is a bit of a worry about signing contracts. So be careful about signing contracts. You don't want to be left disadvantaged in the future. You may not feel disadvantaged at the beginning, but make sure that it's not just a dream. Now, like I said, this highly creative energy, because we've got the Emperor and the Empress on the table, and the King of Pentacles is also potentially a partner for her, for the Empress, and the highly fertile energy here, I do suggest if you know you don't want to fall pregnant, make sure that you take your necessary precautions. What else will we clarify? We might clarify this area here. The Three of Cups and the Hermit. We might clarify. See if we can get a little bit more advice. Okay, it's the King of Pentacles again. So this is the second time the King of Pentacles has appeared on the table here and here. But as you can see, that King of Pentacles, even though he has his home and his family, or, you know, his home and his money, perhaps, you know, on the top of his chair, you can see a woman. Perhaps all your needs are not being met. Perhaps, and again, I'm very much getting the sense of these two cards being so opposite. It's all, you know, like you may have worked very, very hard and been very committed to your job. You know, if you're a King of Pentacles, you have certainly put a lot of energy into working hard. But perhaps you've left little time left over for romance and affection and the kind of things that warm your heart. I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius, because I think I've explained it pretty much as we've gone along. You do have beautiful cards on the table. There are no negative cards. Even this Four of Swords is just asking you to take a rest if you feel you need a rest, okay? And taking care with a contract. You know, you wishful dreaming and a contract don't mix together well. Make sure there's a balance here with the Justice card, okay? But otherwise, I think I've talked about the energy. Obviously, there's a lot of money on the table here, so I do think it's somebody who's worked very hard. And working hard doesn't necessarily mean having amassed lots of wealth. A musician, for example, or an artist may work very, very hard, but may not necessarily amass wealth. But when you are working hard on projects, you don't always have time for, you know, your friends or falling in love. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Aquarius, and I wish you very, very happy January. Bye for now.